Republicans discuss Trump's refusal to concede. Donald Trump may have the support of his followers, the 73 million who voted for him, but he doesn't have the support of the 78 million who voted for Joe Biden. He is also losing the support of his fellow Republicans the longer he plays this out, refusing to concede the election and not allowing the president-elect what he needs to begin the transition and set up his administration. Republicans are beginning to speak against Trump on this issue nationally. A handful of the GOP spoke up on the Sunday news shows explaining why Trump just needs to accept his fate at this point. It's clear that, certainly, based on what we know now, that Joe Biden is the president-elect and that transition, for the country's sake, it's important for a normal transition to start through, said Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, on CNN's State of the Union. The president can go on his other track and his legal track. We should respect that, but we also need to begin that process. I'd say this to both sides of this, and I was certainly a supporter of and remain a supporter of the president, but the president has every right to go into court, every right to bring any kind of evidence that he has, and no one should begrudge him that to say that there's anything irregular about that, he added. Not only has Trump not conceded and not allowed the transition process, but he is also fighting it in court. He has taken it to multiple judges in assorted states where he lost, but so far none of the judges have agreed to hear the case. He was successful in getting a recount by hand in Georgia. However, experts say it is unlikely that a hand recount will ever turn up the number of votes he needs to win the state. Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson, said much the same thing on NBC's Meet the Press. He noted, "I expect Joe Biden to be the next president of the United States." He feels it's important for the Trump administration to give the Biden team access to the public health and national security information. It is very important that Joe Biden have access to the intelligence briefings to make sure that he is prepared, he said. During times of transition, our enemies have an opportunity to take advantage of us, and we want to make sure that there is a smooth transition, particularly when it comes to the vaccine distribution, the coronavirus, that everybody understands what we're doing there and what the plan is for the future. Trump did tweet on Sunday morning that Biden won. However, he continued to claim he would not concede. He only won in the eyes of the fake news media. "I concede nothing. We have a long way to go." Hutchinson acknowledged the ongoing court challenges a week ago after Biden was declared the projected winner, while also recognizing that it's all but over. "While we wait the outcome of various court challenges, it is important that we recognize the likelihood that former Vice President Biden and Sr. Kamala Harris, DCA, have won over 270 elector votes. Even though the media has declared a winner, the selection of a president is a constitutional process that has not yet concluded," he said. Former White House National Security Advisor John Bolton has a contentious relationship with the press. They cannot decide between the two of them whether he was fired or resigned. He feels it's important for leaders in the Republican Party to explain to our voters, who are not as stupid as the Democrats think, that, in fact, Trump has lost the election and that his claims of election fraud are baseless. "The fact is that we've seen litigation in all the key battleground states, and it has failed consistently," he said on ABC's This Week. "Right now, the Trump campaign is doing the legal equivalent of pitching pennies," he added, noting that, "it's clearer and clearer there isn't any evidence." Bolton believes there will be more Republican leaders speaking out. "I think they're getting ready to do it. I've said I think this is a character test for the Republican Party. I don't buy the argument that Donald Trump has hypnotized Republican voters or that they're not capable of accepting the truth.